Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gnome Show. It's my duty to trawl the depths of YouTube to bring you the shinies. I cover short films, video games, analog horror, and sci-fi, and anything else that I think is cool. Tonight, I have for you the UAP Invasion by Black Bronco Productions. Without further ado, and thank you for everybody that is joining me on stream right now. I highly appreciate it, and I love you. Let's boogie.
Hello and welcome to On the Record. Those of you who joined us last week were probably amazed, as I was, by some of the latest research in the field of UFOs. There is so much to talk about, however, we were unable to fit it all into one program, so my guest again this week is UFO researcher, former state Senate candidate, and award-winning pilot John Lear. Mr. Lear, nice to have you here again.
Always a pleasure to be here, George.
To begin with, we have this concept of the people from other planets as little green men. Are they green from what you know? Are they all the same, or we got different kinds of them?
George, there's at least 70 different species, and probably more. But yes, as odd as it sounds, there are little green men. That's not the ones we usually see, though. We see the little gray ones. They're about 4.5 feet tall. And we see the ones that are called the Nordics. They're about 7 feet tall, look like us, but they're invariably blonde hair and blue-eyed. They're one of the species that we have on ice. One of their crashes we recovered.
Obviously, with different species, they have different motives. I mean, are there good aliens and
I guess we're watching you, Norway.
bad aliens
Good
from what you
aliens
know?
and bad aliens and all kinds of ways and reasons for interacting with us.
Are the images that we see of
Oh,
aliens
nice. See, that's pretty cool. Bringing like a current news into an alternate. That's pretty cool. I like it.
accurate? Are they these short creatures with huge heads, big eyeballs?
Not really. I mean, there are some that resemble that a little bit. There's one species that's about 39 inches tall, but the skin color of sort of a brownish gray, no hair, very fine lips, no external pinna, ear flaps.
Well, do you want to work for our ancestors or do you want to work for the aliens? I don't know. It depends on who's paying better.
The chimpanzee ears we have. They don't have those. They just have an opening. And there are others that are much larger. Remember, there's at least 60 to 70 species that have been cataloged, the people I've worked with. I think Sergeant Stone said there were, at that time, 68 or 69 species. And some they're various sizes and what have you.
And you say we're in the middle of a change right now when it comes to UFO sightings. Tell me more about that. You say the burden of proof has shifted. What do you mean by that?
That's right. It used to be that when you had farmers and school teachers talking about they saw something in the sky, the military would simply giggle, laugh, and say, "Ha, that's not proof." But now the burden of proof has shifted. Now the military has to prove that the
See, here's my issue. Is that even if like taking in actually any civilization like that would be as far away from us as we like we can see pretty far, but not super far. But if the universe like happened, like in the Big Bang and everything, like went that way, then they're as far from us as we can ever be from them, and it's going the distance is always going to be growing. So I like if there are aliens, You know, like if they're like here, like my best guess is that these are interplanetary drones. Like I don't like I said, like unless they're extremely long lived, the problem of distance still exists. Like you know, like a biological being surviving that kind of journey. Like if you have hypersleep or whatever, like you know, maybe they are, but I still think like even anything that's come this way has probably been a drone. You know what I'm saying? Like better than a satellite. You know what I'm saying? Like an active, like they've been watching us for a while and they can just come down and make flybys. You know what I'm saying? Like that one satellite did. It did its tour around it and then it dove in for its last shots of like you know like the uh again, like any species that advanced would also come probably into the same conclusion. Like what happens if they fuck with time travel and then like they're no longer there? Like something happens and like their everything is wrong. Like I like the idea of time travel, but I think it's too dangerous. Like even if you could, the only way I like you would want to like it would have to be like an experience type thing. Like you can like okay, so are you familiar with Call of Cthulhu or not just Call of Cthulhu, but that universe with Lovecraft and all that stuff? There's a race. There's a couple races of beings, but there's one particular race that will exchange minds with somebody across time. So, and sometimes your brain ends up in a jar, which is how it's usually so that because that's how they exchange minds. But you'll end up in a distant time period, whether forward or backward. But you'll be among them, and they'll teach you about their history and everything, and then they'll send you back. Like I think that would be more. Like I feel like it would be easier to send a copy of yourself out into the universe or into the future or the past. It definitely probably better to send it into the future. You know, because you know, like you know, anybody in the past probably wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't even know what it is. They, you know, like caveman would try to eat it, and somebody in the Renaissance would think it's something from God or you know a new alloy or something like that. But is you know, in an honestly, like I'm one of those types that would like when I get into my 70s. I hope medical technology is to the state where like I could transfer my consciousness to like either a clone or to like a cybernetic chassis, or you know, like or something that could allow me to go out into the universe and be a voluntary explorer. You know what I'm saying? Because the mind is still good. You know, like put me back into service. You know what I'm saying? Like, be all right with that. Work for the government in my, you know, for my 70s on. You know what I'm saying? You know, like yeah, you can now survive space travel. We're just gonna shut you down until you get to where you're going, and then boot you back up. You know, have a good sleep. You know what I'm saying? Spend my whole motherfucking like time motherfucking in like in a simulated reality. You know what I'm saying? You can even slow like time to where, you know what, you would actually there's a video I have on here on my channel called Outlasting the Universe. It's really good because it talks about our civilization going forward, and like how things might end up at the end. And that's like a good proposition of like, you know, like where we would go if we could, and the problem we have with our universe anyway. Yeah. There's lots of sci-fi things that I would like to do. I would definitely like to explore space. I don't care if it's empty. Like, you know, like if we can go and make observations about planetary bodies. You know, like, I don't even care about colonization, just like exploration. It's a video on my channel called Outlasting the Universe. It's a really good one, man. Like, I quite like it. Yeah, let's see what these guys have to say about the grays and the greens.
These are not extraterrestrial. Now that we have the videotapes showing that these things are executing things that we cannot use our own aircraft to duplicate, we asked the military, can you explain it now? So the burden of proof has shifted. The military has to now show that these aren't.
Yeah, I would think that these were drones. You know what I'm saying? Because again, even if you are an alien, you still have to operate within our atmosphere, and you have to do things that you know, somewhat follow the laws of physics, and like it. And you can do things like this if you don't have biological things inside, because you turn into jelly, like the G forces to execute things like that. No way. But you know, we have jets. How you doing, new viewer? But we have jets out there that have verniers on the back that allow them to fucking turn in midair and, you know, like modulate their, you know, the direction and all that shit. Yeah, if you have sufficiently advanced technology and you can send something hurtling across the universe that doesn't fucking that's another thing. That's another thing. For a species that it, you know, like unless they're fairly, close to us, you have to figure out where we're going to be by the time you get to even where you know what I'm saying? By the time you get to us, like we're like the point we were is not where we are now. We're not a fixed point in space. We're corkscrewing through the universe, hurtling along the fucking the center of the galaxy. Well, at least the outer rim of the galaxy. But we're like locating us from that far away, and like you would have to spend an inordinate amount of time just geolocating all that. What's up? How you doing? Nice to see you. Talking about aliens, and yes, there could be aliens, but I don't think there are any biologicals coming. Like, even if they're here, they're probably drones or some type of drone satellite or, like a monitoring craft. It's because getting here, absolutely. Just crossing that vast distance. Biologicals, unless you've mastered what do you call it? That hypersleep or whatever, where you could sleep indefinitely, but you still can't. The aging process would still catch up to you when you fucking exited. You know what I'm saying? Like there are the laws of entropy exist. I don't know. I just don't think it would be possible. Unless you were, unless all of this is the vanguard to what is already on the way, and it's gonna take hundreds of thousands of years. They have been again, it would be a satellite though. I don't think there's any biologicals. I just don't. Because if they were hostile, I think they would have done something by now. I don't know. We're I get look, we're those types of people that we don't believe something unless we see it, which is actually a good assessment. You can't throw a fucking rock or a spear or a bullet at something you can't see, because we have life. It's a proper there's a proper reason. They may be like us, and we're like, are we alone? What else is out there? And if the universe is expanding, the neighborhoods are going to get farther away, as we get along. Yeah. We're literally we're lit up by a sunbeam in the dark. We have water. You know what? You would probably look at it like we're the fucking only gas station on the goddamn highway between where you left and where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're the only motherfucking gas station between here and the other side of the universe. I don't know. Sometimes I really would like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy to be fucking real. And give me a guide and my towel and my backpack and my herb and I'll be on my way. Pick up some really fucking good shit when I get to fucking Alpha Centauri. Let's get up on this.
Extraterrestrial, and so far they cannot.
All right, Professor Michio Kaku, I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh shit! No.
The eyeballs.
Not really, species that have been various sizes. Remember, no.
God damn it!
Sort of.
There we
The
go.
military would simply
Sorry,
giggle, laugh,
hit the
and
wrong
say,
button.
"Ha,
But I was
proof."
gonna say, isn't this the guy from the History Channel? Isn't that this guy?
But now the burden of proof has shifted. Now the military has to prove that these are not extraterrestrial. Now that we have the videotapes showing that these things are executing things that we cannot use our own aircraft to duplicate, we asked the military, can you explain it now? So the burden of proof
that's what I
has
figured.
shifted. The military has to now show that these aren't extraterrestrial, and so far they cannot.
All right, Professor Michio Kaku, I really
like I said, they're
appreciate your
probably
time. Thanks so
drones,
much
and
for
I can
joining us.
accept that. Why not monitor what in the fuck monitor what the fuck we're doing? Whether we're gonna blow ourselves up or not. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna pick their face up off the floor, or do we have to come in and just fucking take over? You know what I'm saying? Because we, all things considered, we would be a valuable fucking outpost for anything. How you doing, new viewer? Just in a pragmatic way. If there's that much space in between here and there, having a reliable, hospitable planet that can host a number of species, and have quite a few minerals available this far out in space. Yeah. I mean, like, why do you think we're like looking at like harvesting comets and fucking like what are they called, the meteors and like space rocks and all that shit? And personally, if we were really, really concerned about fucking collecting all that stuff, why don't we just go up in space and collect all of that junk that's surrounding our Earth? You know what I'm saying? Reclaim it all. I mean, it would probably be a pain in the ass to bring it back down, but that, ooh. How about a fucking a reclamation plant in space that's just there to fucking clean up everything around Earth, and that would be our first, like, big satellite, and that would be our first link to, like, having a permanent base on the moon. Well, you should be. We should like, and chances are, anything else that's out there is also scared, because if they're not an aggressive spacefaring species, then it would make sense that they've sent probes to see like what we do in the face of visitors, quote unquote. And like how aggressive we are as a species in general, how we treat the things on our planet. Like if they are an aggressive species, then are we worth integrating? Like let's say, who knows, man? Like there's every chance that like everything we know arose from like that kind of thing. But I would say this: if you remove the human brain and nervous system from its meat suit, it looks remarkably like an octopus. And as far as the octopus is concerned, this is probably one of those things, along with sharks and alligators, and things of the like. I bet you the octopus is like one of those progenitor species. Like everything kind of like, like went off from that, or maybe they just like that was the only one that found that personal like body plan to work. But I don't think they're like any more non-terrestrial than we are, because them motherfuckers will straight out punch somebody for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's having a bad day, and that is a very, very fucking Earth-like thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a very American thing to do. You know what? We're having a bad day. Fuck you. I don't know. If they've been here, cool. Like I don't like. Does it change anything? Not really. If they're behind the scenes, we'll never know. And if we do, we're not telling. Like, honestly, if you have a spaceship, hey, I've got a towel and a fucking backpack. Can I go, please? But, let's get back to the arrival of Enlil's vessel. It's okay, we can make a meal of this one. I'm cool. Fuck! I'm gonna have to change this one for copyright. I know that song. Oh, such a good song. Nothing I can do about it either. that shit. Holy hell. I'm sorry, it's not often that I get to see some alien shit with one of my favorite songs. Enlil begins his invasion. What the fuck? It's time to fight. Oh, wow. They are ultimately defeated. Dark Star Prime is spotted by the military personnel, releasing an object into our atmosphere. Oh no. What? Yes, what? What is this? It looks drunk! The object is spotted by civilians, releasing a plethora of attack drones. And yes, if you're old, that is the song from The Matrix. Other objects are spotted doing the same around the world. Holy shit. I mean, where's our military at? Ah, humanity begins to go to war with Enlil and his forces. But our ammunition does nothing to them. Of course it does nothing. Enlil and his forces quickly take control of the battlefield. Fuck. Abaddon is spotted taking out our air defenses. That motherfucker. What the damn? Alright, that's pretty fucking cool. It's like somebody like turning like sharks over or some shit, or alligators. It then begins to appear over populated areas, driving civilians insane with attacks of psychological torture. Oh my. chaos reigns. That, my friends, looks like a Roman candle fight. Yes, I believe that's what that is. I think I remember. I recognize that clip. That looks cool. Oh shit. Yeah. How you doing, viewer? We're just watching aliens blow shit up. It's the UAP Invasion. Enlil has attacked. Oh shit! Boy, I would be quick with the fucking hairspray and the lighter, brother. You would have gone whoosh. Straight up with the fucking Aquanet. Grandma, I'm using the hairspray. Enlil and his forces begin to surround our nuclear facilities. Fuck. That's no bueno. Oh my. Hold on. Okay, so there is no there's no sound right now. Oh. Sorry. They arm our nation's nuclear warheads and set our power plants to melt down in order to create ultimate Armageddon. Oh, god damn. Alright, so these are not nice people. All hope seems to be lost. Yeah, it looks that way. But then... the Nordics arrive! I want to say, like, I'd say, like, the Dragonborn arrives. That's probably what it is. In quick succession, they locate Enki's crashed vessel, recover his body, and are able to revive him by using an advanced biological reconstruction technology, indistinguishable from magic, of course. Any sufficient level of technology is indistinguishable from magic. With Enki at their side, the Nordics are able to swiftly dispatch Enlil's forces before they are able to launch the warheads. Yes.
I wish you could swim.
The armies of the world rise up to fight as one. Humanity is united. Hell yeah. Humanity!
Like dolphins.
With the combined power of humanity, Enki and the Nordics, Enlil's vessel is brought down.
Like dolphins can swim. Though nothing will keep us together. We can beat them forever and ever.
At the site of the crash, Enki, humanity, and the Nordics confront Enlil.
We can be heroes just for one day.
See, it's got a very Monty Python flavor to it. Together, the forces of multiple worlds were able to defeat a god. Humanity, Enki, and the Nordics formed a pact to always fight together if the time ever comes again. The Nordics and Enki assisted humanity in rebuilding civilization and bettering their ways of life. In the future, humanity took to the stars, but not without continuing to care for their pale blue dot. God, I hope so. Humanity lives on. Humanity will live on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was the UAP Invasion by Black Bronco Productions. That was pretty trippy, pretty cool. Aliens. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Let me know what you think. What would you do if you could travel to space? What would you do? If you could live forever, what would you do? If a spaceship showed up and offered you a ride, would you grab your towel and your guidebook and your backpack and roll out? Let me know. Like, subscribe, and share. give my playlist a watch on the channel. It has everything that we've done so far, and I've also sliced them up into other playlists according to the universe that they're a part of for more easy viewing. Yeah, like, subscribe, and share. I love you all. Be safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one. All right.